The next thing that we want to add to our story is for the screen to change when the turtle goes off the top of the screen. And how is that going to happen? Well, we have it so that I can control my turtle. What we want to do is be able to check to see, did the turtle go off the top of the screen? And if he does go off the top of the screen, I want to warp the turtle to the bottom of the screen, and I want the island to disappear and for a new ocean to be drawn, right, and his nest to disappear. So it looks like he's in a different screen, right, as if you're going through a world, playing a video game. And so how do we do that? Well, we need to check to see if he goes off the top of the screen. And how do we check for things in computer programs? Well, of course, we've done it many times. We use a branch statement, right? An if statement. So we want an if statement that checks if turdy goes off the top of the screen. And where would we want to put this if statement? Would we want to put it here in main? Right? We know we want to put it in a function definition because of the format that we have our program, right? Import at the very top, our global variables right below that. Below that, all of our function definitions, and a call to main at the very bottom. We never put code outside of a function definition. Right? So we know that this this if statement, needs to find its way into a function definition. So the question is which function definition should it go in? Should it go into main? Right? Well, when is main run? Right? Main is run when we first start the game, when we first press the play button. And where is turdy when we first start the play button? He's not even on the screen, right? He hasn't even hatched yet. So we wouldn't want to put our if statement right here in the beginning of our main function definition because turdy is not at the top of this, could never be at the top of the screen when the main is executed. Would we want to put it here in write text? Well, write text is used to write the text to the screen where it says mommy, daddy. And so turdy is in the center of the screen when this is run. So we wouldn't want to put the check here. Would we want to put it in def west? Well, when is def west run? It's run when the player is pressing the A button. And if he's pressing the A button, that means the turtle is moving to the left. So do we want to put the check here? No, I don't think so. Right? And why not? Because he could never go off the top of the screen if west is being run. We would want to put it right here in def north, because this is where the turtle is moving upward, and eventually he's going to go off the top of the screen if it's continuing to run. So we would want to move turdy. We want to check if, right? And how do we check if turdy goes off the top of the screen? Well, there's this cool little method, a turtle method called ycore. And what ycore does is it returns the y coordinate of where that turtle is at. Okay. So if we run ycore when we first start the game, it'll return 0 because the turtle's in the center of the screen and his y coordinate is 0. If turtle's up here, ycore, turdy.ycore is going to return 150. Right? So it gives you back where the turtle is at on the y position. So I want to say if turdy is greater than 330, which is the top of our screen. And so if that's the case, then let me go ahead and just check to see if it works. And I'm going to print like top of screen. Okay. So let's run that and see if it works. And if it does, we can continue running this program. Alright, better go look for some food. I'm going off the top of the screen. Bam, and it goes top of the screen. Right? And that's exactly when I want the turtle to warp to the bottom of the screen. So let's go ahead and warp him to the bottom of the screen. Maybe we can go ahead and say turdy dot go to, and I want him to go to the same x position that he's at. So I'm going to say turdy.xcore. Okay, so this makes sure that he goes to the same x position that he's currently at. So if he's here, he's going to warp here. If he's here, he's going to warp down here. Right? And if he's at the middle of the screen, he's going to warp to the bottom of the screen in the same X position. But the Y position, I want to go to negative 330. Okay. Now let's see if that actually works. Maybe I can comment out all of the writes while I'm testing, because it kind of takes a while for all of this to happen, right? I might even want to comment out all of the other turtles. So let's come over here, we scroll up, and it does that. Okay, so it looks okay, but I don't like the way that it doesn't warp there. Okay, so maybe what we can do is we can do a turdy.hide turtle, warp him, and then do a turdy.show turtle. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm actually going to comment out all of this stuff. So remember, a multi-line comment is 3 single quotes is the beginning of the multi-line comment, and 3 single quotes is the end of the multi-line comment. So I'm going to comment out all the forwards and all the writing, just so I don't need to look at it every time I run the program. Okay. Ooh, how come my turtle is... Oh, okay, because I set this here. Maybe I could cut that out, and I could set that maybe up here. Okay. So let me run this now. Okay, so I've come up here, and I am at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so what I guess the first step to this game, what I want you to do is, we made it so that if the turtle goes off the top of the screen, he'll appear at the bottom of the screen. And now, what about if he goes off the right side of the screen? Right. Well, what I want you to do is check for that and warp the turtle to the right side, right side of the screen, if he goes off the left side of the screen. And if the turtle goes off the left side of the screen, the right side of the screen, I want you to warp him to the left side of the screen. And if he goes off the bottom of the screen, then I want you to warp him to the top of the screen. So why don't you go ahead and do that, and then we'll continue with our game here.